Steven Spielberg, for a lot of people who, we want to share these stories because these are the things that give us faith. This is what gives Rachel the faith to do it. So it gives me the faith because you get faith by seeing it, by doing it. Steven Spielberg, though, wanted to get into Hollywood, and he just couldn't get a job. He'd applied everywhere. No one would hire him. He had no experience. So he noticed one day that when you go by this security desk, if you just kind of waved to the security guy, he didn't ask you to see your pass. He would just say, hey, and he'd walk by. So he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk by, wave at the security guy, act like I work here, and just get in. So he one day walks in and he says, hey, walks in, he's in. Now he's in the studio and he's like, oh no, I'm in, what do I do?
Yeah.
So true story, he found a janitor's closet and ended up making it his office. It was an unused, vacant office. There was a janitor storage room, and he put his name on the door. It said Spielberg.
No!
Swear to you. He put the name Spielberg on there, and he just started showing up on the set working as a gripper, the guy who picks up the cords and moves stuff around. And after he'd been there for a long period of time.
Oh, I love this.
You can watch this in a...
So he's working for free.
Working for free. He had a different job, and I think waiting tables. Eventually, one day, the guy says, hey, Spielberg.
He's getting really skinny.
What do you do? He's like, well, I'm a gripper. He's like, who hired you? Well, long story short, he gets his first opportunity. He says, we love your work. We'd like for you to shoot a commercial for yada, yada. And that's how we got started.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and this kind of thing happens all the time.
It really does, and it can happen to you.
It's totally, that's how it has to happen. And so I just want to encourage you, if you're thinking that it's going to, I promise you're going to have to ask.
You can tweet Martha Stewart right now. I can call, literally, I can tweet to anybody right now.
Yeah.
Pharrell Williams, on the International Day of Happiness, my 14-year-old started the Send Happy campaign. Pharrell Williams tweeted my daughter.
Oh.
It's my daughter's project.
Boom.
That's amazing.
It's so important that
hello, Twitter.
I think it's important, though, that we realize as we're getting into this and we're launching our site, we have to realize that life and success is something that you can participate in. It's not something you have to sit on the outsides and look at other people being successful.
And
you
if
can
it doesn't
participate.
happen the first time too, if it doesn't happen the first time, and I know this is on and on about entrepreneurs. This is probably the thread, these common threads that you keep talking about.
Yeah.
But as cliche as it seems, it's okay, if you fall down, look, if Martha Stewart doesn't tweet you back or message you back, whatever, try again. By the 5th time, she's gonna be like, oh my gosh, who are you? Who are you? Or whoever it is,
I had I just want to encourage you, if you're watching this, hearing you say this, it just takes me back to all the rejection I dealt with. You're gonna deal with it. Don't get upset about it. Just either get dumb or numb, but do it.
Yeah, well, you know that Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan little clip, I think it's about success and failure, and he's I think it's a Nike commercial. Yep. Have you seen that?
Where he talks about he took 1,000, he's made the shots because he's missed.
I missed 1,000 shots, I missed 50. I love that. That is so, yeah.
Well, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about building your audience.
Okay.
So now we're gonna build the audience. Now obviously, if we have a site that looks great visually, that's great, but if no one's on it, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So Gary Vaynerchuk, he's a social media guru, best-selling author. He says, I attract a crowd, not because I'm an extrovert and I'm over the top or I'm oozing with charisma. It's because I care. How much does caring really go into building a big audience in your mind? Because you've been able to build a big audience by being sincere and candid. How much does actually caring matter?
Caring about the audience and what they're into, 100%. I want to create content that the audience is into, because if they're into it, they're going to come back and they're going to tell their friends.